As many of you know, my name is Elder Boggs, and I am counting the Omer with you. Today is day 31, and our word for today, our quality, is charitability. Many times we think we know what a word means, but I went ahead and looked up charitability. Comes to find out that charitability actually has three definitions. The first one being the more common one, that we are assisting the needy or giving to the needy. Proverbs 31 and 20 tells us that the woman of valor actually has her hand stretched out to the poor, and she gives them from the abundance. We are all blessed abundantly by Yah. And those blessings are not for us to keep and just hoard for ourselves, but we are to give those blessings as we are given to them. Think of it as two shovels. The Father has one big shovel and he shovels in a blessing, and you have a little shovel and you shovel out another one, and then he shovels in a bigger one as another shovel in. So for every one that you give, he gives back to you, and his is bigger, so you're going to have so much abundance. If we just keep it for ourselves, we're like a pond that actually water comes in, but no water goes out. And eventually it becomes stagnant and things die in it. And it's not a freshwater pond any longer. It's a pond that has a lot of death and it's stinky. We don't want to become that stinky pond. We want to be open and flowing so that we can flow the blessings of Yah out. And as we are giving, we want to realize that we are giving back uh, to others. If in Luke chapter 6 and verse 38, it says, give and it shall be given to you in good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will men give into your bosom. And so Yah is going to give back to you. And we're not supposed to be giving just to get back, but we're supposed to be giving as that virtue, the woman of valor who is bringing the things that Yah has given to her to give to others. The second meaning of charitability is judgment, in judging, that you can judge in mercy or favorable, being lenient as a judge. And we know that we are someday going to be in a position of judging, and we're supposed to even judge character now, but it's not to be judgmental and just to put somebody down, but we judge in order to help them, to bring them along, to drag them along, because we want them to see our Father through us. We're going to instruct and help others to follow the Torah, as we know that these laws are good and they're for our good. The last meaning of charitability is generosity. And generosity is not being greedy, but it's not just about giving money. It's not just about giving in your finances, but we can give in our time. We can give we could take people to the doctor if they need to. Maybe we can visit an elderly lady next door who doesn't have anyone that comes and visits her. We can pray for others. We can give of our time. And you never know who Yah will put in your way. I was having difficulty getting my car completely cleaned up, and I wanted to I wanted to get it all cleaned in the inside. And a lady came to help me, and she saw my mezuzah in the car, and she started asking me questions. And then she said, my husband and I, we think that the new year isn't in January, that it starts at the end of March or April. And that opened up a door that I could talk to her. And we spent way more time than I had budgeted for working on the car, but just the same we actually ministered to one another. And I saw that there's another like-minded spirit right here in Hobbs, where I'm at. We can show caring through all kinds of ways and taking care of someone and taking care of their needs. Just even going to the nursing home and visiting sometimes is a way of being generous with your time. And again, we don't want to be that stagnant pond. As the blessings flow into us, we want them to flow out. It also says in Proverbs that she will do her husband good all the days of her life. And that doesn't mean that we start doing good whenever we when we are in our, and I'm not even sure how to say this, but if it's all of the days of her life, long before she meets her husband, she's got a reputation that is preceding her. And what we do now precedes us. It speaks of, it may be the only Torah that some people ever read is what we do in our lives. And we can be charitable by giving our time and by giving of our resources. So as we begin to walk, we want to be sure that our walk is that of Yeshua's. We want to be like him. We want to give. When just a few loaves were brought to him and fishes, he divided them and gave them out. And that's the way we want to do with our lives. Be charitable as you are counting the Omer. Remember to be charitable and to give back the blessings that Yah has given you so that you will not be a stagnant pond, but that you will have life around you instead of death. Have a blessed day. Okay.